Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Fallen Badge. Today's episode, we're going to look at the murder of Officer Natasha Hunter, New Orleans Police Department, Louisiana. Officer Hunter was 32 years old. She had 11 years with the New Orleans Police Department. So she got started just as early, I guess, as you could, 21 years old. That's a pretty rough and tumble police department down there. Or maybe I should say the city they work in is. Now, she had a 5-year-old daughter and 2 sisters. Now, her one sister was also a New Orleans police officer. And I believe at the time of this event, Officer Hunter was in the 1st District. Now her sister was in the 2nd District. Now her other sister worked for the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. Now she was a correctional officer. She was at the Jefferson Parish Correctional Center. Now it's June 5th, 2016, and Officer Hunter working that midnight shift. I don't know what kind of designation they have for that shift. With us, it'd have been the Alpha shift, the A shift. Now, other departments, they call that the C shift. But in any event, Saturday night into Sunday morning, you know, it's a pretty busy time down there on a weekend, just like it is in any major city. Now, there's a call that goes out of a multi-car accident up on I-10. Now, it's up on one of the elevated areas of the interstate, which I imagine in New Orleans there's probably a lot of that. Now, the initial officer gets there. Now, I don't know how they do it in New Orleans and Memphis now. When you get an accident on the interstate, they have to send 2 cars. Sometimes that's not enough, but you got to send 2. One to get up there by the accident, the other car is a little further away from it, trying to keep traffic off of them. Because we sure lost a bunch of officers in Memphis from getting struck working an accident. Well, now at some point, they need another officer. Officer Hunter gets the call. Now she arrives on the scene, and she is using her vehicle. She's actually got an SUV. Now the ones I saw, they looked like they were Tahoes, but now I also saw some other ones look like they were a little smaller. But in any event, the SUV, so a fairly big vehicle. Now I don't know if it was just her and the officer working the accident or not. I gotta believe there were more policemen up there prior to her arrival. But she gets on the scene and she's using her vehicle to help block off the lanes of traffic. Now, as with most accidents, you've got all the flashing lights, the blue lights from the police cars, and fire department's there, and the ambulances are there, and so got a lot of lights. Well, now they also had roadway flares out. I don't even know if our department even uses them anymore, but they used to be really nice to have. In any event, they've got roadway flares, they've got all the lights. There shouldn't be a problem. That is until you have one. Now a fella comes down the interstate, he's drunk. And of course those lights and the flares and all that does for a drunk is just confuse them more than they probably already are. Now he blows through all the flares and is attracted by the lights or whatever it is that made him go all the way over there to where this accident's at. But because now that looked like there's about 3 lanes, so sure is a lot of room for him to get over. But I guess being in his state, he was beyond reasoning. Now he hammered the back end of Officer Hunter's SUV, and of course he's drunk, so he receives little or no injuries. Now Officer Hunter is severely injured. Now she's transported to the hospital. Now she hangs on until Tuesday afternoon, June the 7th, and then she dies. I don't know much about this fella. I looked up a little bit, but now he didn't have a criminal record, no prior DUIs. Now, of course, that doesn't mean he wasn't spending a lot of time drinking and driving. This just may have been the first time he ran into something. He sure picked a doozy, though, to kill a human being, and more so killed a police officer trying to serve her community. Now, the police got a warrant for the suspect, and they waited till he got released from the hospital. And then they slapped him with that warrant. They got him for first-degree vehicular negligent injury and reckless operation of vehicle. Now, that was the initial charge. Now, the charge, they jacked it up to vehicular homicide when Officer Hunter died. Now, unfortunately, the penalties for vehicular homicide are not very great. Not when you're talking about someone losing their life. Now, his original bond, he got hit with a $1 million bond. Now, it got lowered to $200,000. Attorneys argued that it was an excessive bond for vehicular homicide for a suspect that has no prior criminal record. His blood alcohol level was under 0.20, but now it was 0.16, which in Louisiana, that's twice the legal limit. Now, the suspect got an 8-year sentence from the judge in this case. So 8 years for the life of Officer Hunter. I don't know if that sounds very equitable to me. Officer Natasha Maria Hunter. End of watch, June 7th, 2016.